Welcome to the Overheard podcast, recorded live in Banff. This is our second episode today. I'm with my co-host,
Matty Rage. Let's go.
Let's go. If it's your first time joining us, please don't forget to give us a little like and subscribe. Tons of people join us for the first time every week. Not everyone hits the subscribe. Hitting the bell also will let you know every time we got new episodes coming out, which today is going to be 4.
True. We see you guys watching, but we don't see you subscribing quite as much as you're watching. So, yeah, dude, dab it up.
Please do us a favor. We'll bring you plenty more episodes. I promise you that, because we're not stopping. Very special guest today, current town council candidate Brian Standish. Welcome to the show. How's the day going so far?
So far, so good.
Beautiful day out in Banff.
It sure
today.
is. Yeah, lovely.
A little reminiscent of winter. Do you think it'll stick around?
No, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
No, it'll be gone by the weekend.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know how it
I,
goes.
for myself, am looking forward to a couple more rounds of disc golf. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset to see the snow leave. Before we get too far into things, let's go check in with our good friends over at Drink Shaft. We'll be back with you in 20 seconds.
All right, baby. We're back.
We're back. We're back with Shaft. Autumn hits different in Banff. We got crisp air, golden larches, and early sunsets. We're going to keep that mountain energy going with Drink Shaft, the non-alcoholic, all-natural espresso energy drink made for the adventure lifestyle. Fall is all about fresh starts, cozy vibes, and staying sharp. That's why we're going to fall into Shaft. Clean energy for everyone. It's now available in over 800 stores across Western Canada. You heard that right.
Let's
800 stores, including Townhouse Liquor, and you can always get them at the Rose and Crown. Seasons change, but Drink Shaft always stays the same.
Let's go.
Back to you, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you haven't met Brian, we got a little bio to read for you here. He's born and raised in Banff. Brian is a true Banff unicorn with family roots in the valley dating all the way back to the 1890s. A lifelong local, he has 3 children, a daughter living in Squamish and 2 sons here in Banff. He's a proud grandfather of a 2.5-year-old granddaughter. He spent the past 13 years working at the local hardware store, following many years with Brewster, now known as Pursuit. In addition to his deep community ties, he's also a seasoned public servant, having completed 3 previous terms on town council. After an unsuccessful bid for mayor in the last election, he thought his time in politics was over. But with the energy and excitement surrounding this year's campaign, he decided to jump back in last minute, and here we are. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Dan.
Being born and raised here, family roots since the 1890s. What was it like growing up in Banff before it became the destination that it is today?
It was fantastic. Small town. I mean, infrastructure changes, but the community spirit hasn't changed.
Nice.
We live here because it's one of the best places on the planet.
Oh, hell yeah.
I guarantee it's got to be one of the best places.
For sure. I think a lot of people share that sentiment.
Yeah.
Locals and tourists alike. I was once coming through here as a tourist and thought, wow, man, how cool would it be to live here? And here we are today. You did 3 terms on
3
council
previous
before,
terms on
3
council.
previous terms.
Yeah.
After your unsuccessful bid for mayor, what was the excitement that wanted you to get back into the race?
Well, I must admit, I did enjoy those 4 years off.
Yeah.
These last 4 years, just to step back away. But now I see it from a totally different side.
Cool.
And it's important for me to jump back in. I think I still have plenty to give. And I enjoyed my time on council. It was a great learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, born and raised here, I thought I knew what Banff was all about.
Right.
But when you sit on council,
Different perspective.
you see the underbelly of Banff. It's really a learning experience. It was great.
100%. What have you learned about the underbelly of Banff in your prior to council experience?
There is a lot going on that 90% of the people don't know about.
For sure.
Yeah. it's an incredible experience, a real learning experience. And I'm looking forward to jumping back in.
100%. A pretty unique perspective having family roots here for so long, right? What advantage do you think that gives you from a perspective standpoint?
Historical significance. I mean,
Right.
you see buildings change all the time, but
Oh yeah.
like I know what building that used to be and who used to own it and who used to live there. And
Yep.
it's a neat perspective, just local knowledge. And it gives you some grounding on where we've come from and where we want to go. So it's
100%. I think our past has to be a big factor on how we move forward, and not forgetting where we came from definitely is a big part of that.
Even over the last decade, it's like, how many places have you seen like come and go? Like even where like the Moose Hotel is now, like those units that used to be there. Like I've gone to some after hours events, let's say there.
Hippie house.
No, not the hip. Oh, the hippie house. Yeah,
for
right.
example.
I forgot about the hippie house. Yeah, that's. We got to do a hippie house episode. We got to like, we've talked about this before, and people like we've had multiple guests be like, "Dude, you guys got to do an episode on the hippie house." Like, I'm sure there's some crazy stories, but
we have to dig some up for sure.
No doubt.
I may not have included this into the questions, but it's a question we ask a lot of our guests. What would be your advice to someone who wants to make Banff their long-term home?
Get involved as soon as you can. Join a sports team, take a community class, talk to your neighbors. I mean, that's the best way to get involved.
For sure. I think growing your network as far as
expanding your network, definitely.
Will help you with lodging, will help you with work.
Yeah,
you know?
You need a job, you need somewhere to stay. Somebody's always got your back usually.
Word of mouth.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
That's
It's very like small town vibe, but also, I don't know, when I like describe it to people back home, I'm like, it's a super small town vibe with more of like a big town feel, just because of the amount of people that come through here a year. Like you can still go downtown. You're like, man, it is bumping down here. You go to Canmore some nights and you're like, where are the people?
Sure.
Well, and we've got world-class facilities here. I mean, we've got the Banff Center up on the hill.
Yep.
We've
shout out to
got
Banff Center.
over 100 restaurants in town. I mean, we are a happening place.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, we've got some of the best food here. You get kind of spoiled. Like if I go home for a visit, I'm like, the restaurants aren't really like what I'm used to, because you just get spoiled here. It's like the competition's so stiff. You kind of have to have a certain degree of quality.
The bar does get set pretty high, definitely. While we're on the topic of Banff being so full of people and people loving it so much, what are your thoughts on the term overtourism? And do you feel it's a problem affecting us here in Banff, especially with the perspective of growing up here?
Yeah, no doubt.
Numbers have boomed, especially we see the last kind of, not census, but the numbers coming from the town as far as the last long weekend of the summer, astronomical. And we're talking about 30,000+ cars through the park in a day.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, let me start with the word overtourism. I think it's a catchphrase.
100% buzzword.
I like to use the term increased visitation.
Okay.
So we are definitely experiencing increased visitation. And I definitely believe it's putting a strain on our infrastructure. So is it a problem? Yes. But at the same time, if people don't come, I don't have a job.
Exactly.
Well, none of us do, right?
No.
Like, we just talked about that with Chip, and it's like she was just kind of, giving the little anecdote, like businesses used to close for months at a time, like in the fall. And we used to have a shoulder season where, as soon as kind of Labor Day is over, that's it, right? Like everybody just shuts down and opens up when the ski hills open, right? So
I don't think
that's right. I mean, I can remember Labor Day weekend, the majority of hotels would close in Banff, including the Fairmont.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't open again until the May long weekend.
Wow.
So, I mean, you can't fathom that now.
That's what I mean.
Crazy.
I don't think anyone wants a return to that, right?
No.
Which I guess using the term overtourism, definitely popular or worldwide, right?
Yeah.
We're not the only ones faced with
no, not at all.
increased tourism. And a lot of that comes from, our problems here in Banff, I'm talking about overtourism worldwide, is the access to tourism, right? Like we're seeing nations that generally have never traveled before going out and experiencing the world.
Yeah.
You can't fault them for wanting to come here. So it's kind of, we fall into that that gentle balance of biting the hand that feeds, like you mentioned, right? We don't have jobs without people coming to the town of Banff.
In Banff, tourism is life.
That's it, right?
It's our only game.
It's an easy villain to cast the blame on, but at the end of the day, it's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's not enough locals to keep 100 restaurants open year round if it's
True.
just us. You know what I mean? Like if that was the case, we'd have 2 diners and one liquor store, and that'd pretty much be it, right? Like,
so I guess my question to you would be like, do you think that we're becoming, or do you think that the tourism numbers are having a negative impact on maybe the quality of life of residents?
I believe so. Yeah, for sure.
What are some of the ways that we can address that?
Well, for me, I mean, we wait in line at the coffee shop. We wait in line at the grocery store. We're stuck behind a bus that's double parked on Banff Avenue. I mean, it's little things, but they start to take a strain on our quality of life.
For sure.
Do we need to address it? Absolutely. But again, another popular phrase is the urban
human use management
framework. So I'm looking forward to that coming out and seeing what we can do with that.
Seems to be quite the looked forward to piece of information that everybody's kind of waiting on right now. It's like, what are the impacts of this many people in the park, and like how does it affect not only people that live here, but visitor expectations, and like the Moraine Lake, Lake Louise now having the shuttle out there. We went out. Big shout out to
Gazzy.
Oh yeah, he took
Banff
us
Mountain
out.
Chauffeur.
Banff Mountain Chauffeur. Yeah,
the best way to get to Moraine Lake.
It was great. Like there weren't really that many people at like. You kind of have this like preconceived notion of like, oh, you're going to go to Moraine Lake, you're going to wait like an hour to get a photo. Like we walked up there, it was great. Didn't seem like it was super crowded. Like there were people out there, of course, but
I think human use management dives into both of the issues that we're facing. It dives into the visitor experience as well as the local experience, right? And I think both kind of go hand in hand. We mentioned it before. You got a happy local on the front line, it's going to translate to a better visitor experience and vice versa. Do you think our problem is more linked to vehicles, or you think it's more linked to people?
Vehicles, definitely.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah. I would agree with you there. I don't think anyone is in a rush to stop people coming to Banff.
No.
I think that's the wrong message, right?
But vehicles, definitely. I think Candid Day this year weighed over 33,000 vehicles in a single day.
Yeah.
When our threshold is 24.
That's like almost 4 times the amount of people that actually live in town as cars that came through here. Like when you think about it that way, what do we have? Maybe 8,000 people that live here, and we had 34,000 cars come through. It's like, how can we address those concerns of like traffic congestion, parking? Like, what can the town do to kind of mitigate those?
Well, I mean, we're going to get some tools that are coming out of the human use management framework for sure. But, and there's probably a lead into another question you might have, but I have strong support for the train station ARP and the possibility of a, not high speed, but mass transit coming to Banff from Calgary. I think that's going to be a game changer. It definitely will be.
We will touch on the train station ARP in a little bit. Multiple strategies have already been put into place by the town to like curve vehicle traffic in our busier summer months. Would you support specifically like a cap or a reservation system of parking? What do you think that could potentially look like in the future?
I don't support that. It wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to have a number of different tools that we can use. And for me, that would be probably one of the last things I'd want to see.
The last solution on the docket.
Yeah.
That's
just because, again, we need
people,
bums and seats, right?
Yeah. Okay, fair. I think it's a good stance to take. Honestly, I don't think prohibiting people coming or being exclusionary is a way forward.
It's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, to be honest with you. It's
fair.
Short-term solution to a long-term problem.
Yeah.
Well, I forget who said it, but like solutions are sexy, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like people want action now. When we think about long-term solutions that impact multiple facets of our lives, not only just, standing in line at the grocery store or finding a place to park your vehicle, but, economic wealth and being able to live here, right?
Oh, for sure.
I think that should come first and foremost. Interesting. So not a huge priority
Not for me.
I
No,
think there's other ways to get there.
absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't say never. If that comes out of the framework, then we definitely have to look at it for sure, but not high on my list.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Since we're already on the topic, let's jump straight to the train station ARP. You said you are in favor of the project.
Absolutely.
So you think moving people in a more sustainable way,
Mass transit's the way to go.
mass transit's the way to go. What would be your thoughts on those that oppose the project, that think that the environmental impact might not be worth the final gain?
I understand where they're coming from for sure. But that land down there is, in my mind, already disturbed. I mean, I'd call it light industrial.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's
Parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the ARP is going to actually clean it up and make it look better for sure. Wildlife corridors, yes, we can. Well, we're going to have to work around that for sure.
Yeah, we've had some pretty wild ideas on like, who was it? Grant, was that Grant that
Councillor Canning, yeah.
suggested maybe we do like a wildlife overpass like they've got on the highway?
Well, we've said it before. Bold solutions require bold thinking. And I would favor the thought where like money always seems to be the reason why we don't do things. There's not enough funding, there's not enough this, not enough that. Obviously, the new announcement that the Canada Strong Pass will be renewed into the next year kind of brought that more into my mind, is like, especially when it comes to infrastructure projects, when it comes to bettering or maybe helping wildlife corridors, I feel like money should be the last priority, right? Like we should spend money on these types of things.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how we can move forward on some of that?
Well, we're very lucky to have some great partners in town. And I think the town of Banff's job is to help support partners in a project that's going to make Banff better.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that this will help solve some of our problems and make Banff all that more attractive for people to come and visit.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think, it'd be a good step forward in keeping international tourist rentals off the streets, right? I think the day use vehicles is more of the problem. Because I think if you can get people without a vehicle from the airport, there's tons of systems already in town to enjoy this place without a vehicle.
Sure.
You wouldn't really need one.
Right.
I think it's the day use of renting a car and coming to town to see Banff Lake Lee's, blah, blah, blah.
Well, not even just renting a car, just like Calgary, Red Deer, Edmonton.
True.
Like, it's just that ease of convenience, right? Like especially Dan's mentioned it before, like if you got 2 or 3 kids and you got a stroller and bags, and it's like, you might not necessarily want to get off the train and then figure it out from there. Like I find those are the people that are just, they're going to bring their car regardless, right? Like it is what it is. But how do we get those tourists or those visitors to leave their cars at home? Like,
how about offering them free shafts on the train?
There we go.
Big idea.
Plug.
There you go.
I like
I
it.
know if you're listening, next business model, free shafts on the train.
Well, that's it. It's like your day use, say you're coming from Cochrane, right? Like, are you going to go to park to leave your vehicle to get on a train? That's kind of the question, is how do we make that train?
Right.
Now, it has been suggested that if you make that the only option, right, like intercept parking outside of the park, and then you have to get on the train, you cannot bring your vehicle into the town gates, or you have to show a residency pass or a hotel reservation or whatnot.
Banff used to be car free.
Yeah.
Years and years ago. I'm talking 1920, but
Yeah. So a return to a car-free Banff, is that something that you would support?
Wow, that is bold.
It's extreme.
I don't know if I could go that far, but
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I was just spitballing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'd be crazy. Like just to go downtown and like there's no cars on the bridge, like that'd just be wild.
Yeah.
It's been mentioned, right? There are European towns where that is a thing, where, you got to park your car and, the rest is, but I think we're far away from that, honestly. Let's move on to housing.
Okay.
Housing, obviously, been a big issue in Banff. I'm sure it was an issue when you were on town council last time. Where do you think solutions lie obviously besides the current projects that are already in place, where do you think the solutions lie where we can talk about solving the housing crisis?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, housing's been a problem, well, before incorporation. In fact, when I was growing up, I lived on 110 Beaver Street. We had a 5-bedroom house right beside the church. We had a cabin in the backyard. And every summer, my mom would rent out the cabin and a couple rooms in the house just because these kids had no place to stay, right? So
Fair
room
enough,
and
yeah.
board. And that was back in the 60s. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
it's been a problem for a long time.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't think we're going to solve the problem in the next 4 years. So this council or the next council has to realize that do whatever you can. But if I could use an analogy of baseball and housing in Banff, will you indulge me with this?
Sure.
And I don't mean to offend anybody because housing is a very serious problem. And I'm not taking it lightly, but I just want to have some fun with it. So baseball's a very long season, very long game.
Yep.
And so is housing. We're in it for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
But every time you step up to the plate, you want to hit that home run, right?
Yeah.
You mean you
Oh,
swing
yeah.
for the fences
Yeah.
and you get everything you got. I think that's what we've been trying to do is hit the ball out of the park.
Yeah.
But what I think we really need to do is just drop in a single, punch a double down the left field wall.
Yeah.
Just keep scoring some runs. But those days of scoring that big home run, I think, are long gone. I mean,
Fair
but
point.
we have hit some home runs. I mean, Middle
sure.
Springs phases, that's a World Series Game 7 Grand Slam.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
doubt.
that's a game changer.
No doubt.
More recent ones, Tino,
Yep.
definitely a home run.
Yeah.
The Astor, probably an inside the ballpark home run.
Yeah.
Not quite as glamorous. And I'm not quite sure about Dockside, maybe a triple, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Dockside's catching on, is it?
Yeah, I like
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been trying to make that one stick the last few episodes. I think it's finally paying off.
Well, I think again, it's a very interesting point that maybe that baseball analogy might be something that needs to be focused on a little more. Like we love the home run, we love the quick solution, cap the entry, build us a massive apartment that's free for all frontline workers, right? That's maybe that approach is a more
I think we have to be
realistic one.
patient. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we can't change the rules in the middle of the season.
Mm.
And I think that's what current council has done. They've
Is that in regards to the parking?
decoupled
and density?
parking
okay,
and
yeah.
density. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like halfway through the season saying, okay, we're going to play with no umpires. I mean,
Yeah. Good
you're
luck.
going to score plenty of runs,
Oh yeah.
but it's going to be chaos, right? It's,
Oh,
Yeah. Do you think that's kind of where we're headed to with these bylaw
think so.
changes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it be something that you would focus on?
I'd
if
want
you
to
were voted
revisit
in?
it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they talked about revisiting specifically the parking needs.
Right.
And again, the density bylaw change is like, it's got to be a give and take. Unfortunately, we would all love to have more developments like Middle Springs, but
That's
fortunately, I don't
never
think
gonna
it's
happen.
that's not in the
No.
cards at this point, right?
Well,
So-
and like for the average person these days, like nobody here that I know is looking at buying a house. Like
No.
you couldn't.
Mm.
Like I wouldn't make enough money in the next 3 decades to afford a down payment on just this place alone. You know what I mean? It's like I think those days of, come to Banff, buy a house, start a family is maybe outside of the, like you're in the parking lot of the Ball Diamond, just one listening to the game on the radio at that point. You know what I mean? So it's like those days are over. And I mean, those houses are going to become available as, the population ages and maybe looking to downsize or, but yeah, for the average person, no, like nobody here is purchasing. It's the rental units and like having a sustainable, like long-term place that you can rent is, I think, where we need to focus some more attention because
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
most
for
of the
sure.
people here are frontline workers. Like they don't have $2 million to go buy a home. You know what I mean? And like you're working in a restaurant, no offense, like we get paid great, but I can't afford a home. Like I wouldn't have a down payment for a home.
Also offering higher density or, giving favorable conditions to developments that offer higher density will give people that are maybe aging out of their Middle Springs home places to move into town, opening those up for
Yeah.
younger families, right?
Right.
So I think density as far as bylaw changes, I'm down with those. The parking ones too, I don't I don't personally see parking as that big of an issue. Where do your concerns lie? Is it more with the density or more with the parking?
For me, it's parking.
Mhm.
When you build these new units, well, let me back up a step. We're giving the developers the opportunity to build parking as they see fit.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I'm a developer doing a multi-million-dollar project and my goal is to get best return on investment, I'm not going to put in parking. Parking is way too expensive.
Oh,
I'd
fair
rather
enough.
have living units there, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
But at the same time, those units that they're building are going to be here for 50, 75 years.
Mm.
Yeah,
Do
fair
we
enough.
want to throw our eggs in that basket? What if this doesn't work out?
Fair. Well, they have talked about revisiting it like
Yeah.
quite recently. So
Yeah.
I think they are listening at least to the concerns of people that are opposing the parking. Like I live in a unit nearby here. It's got underground parking. It's one of those units that have been developed under that bylaw, higher density, lesser parking.
Yep.
Our parking lot's never full. So I don't know that the parking is that.
And maybe we can just change the ratio. But I think to give the control of parking to a outside developer, I
Yeah.
think is the wrong way to go.
So I think it's just been
I
maybe a
think
little
we
bit
need to
too
control
far.
it. And we say 0.5 parking stalls per unit or
Okay.
whatever
Right.
the case may
Okay.
be. But I think the town has to have control over it.
I mean,
Okay.
we've heard multiple opinions on the parking. Like almost every candidate we've interviewed has a different solution or a different opinion. Some say it's great. You know, it's opened up the doors for more development. I think they said close to like we're over 400 and some permits that are currently in development for units,
yeah.
which is great because we need what close to 1,000 just to meet housing demands for the people that live here. So, what do you say to that? Like, I mean, do we want more unit? Like,
We need more units, but it has to be done in a sustainable way.
right,
Mm.
right.
And I think council's maybe gone a little too far. They're doing the right thing. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But you can't be changing the rules halfway through the game. It's
Good analogy, honestly, and I tip my hat for you for taking a stance. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot more of that is needed when we talk about these issues, and that's kind of why we're having these conversations too.
Mhm.
We want to know where people stand, and I mean, all sides need to be factored, but you also, you're going to ruffle some feathers, right? You
Oh, for
can't
sure.
please everyone when
No.
making
Yeah.
decisions on this scale.
go Blue Jays.
Yeah, no,
That's one thing. we can
Horrible
all agree
game,
with,
horrible
right?
game last night,
Yeah.
but we'll come back. We'll come back.
Let's shift gears a little bit. When we talk about being on the front lines, obviously we're all frontline workers, right? Even though you have family history here spanning generations,
Yeah.
you're still a frontline worker just like us. What steps do you think the town can take to help support frontline workers more? Maybe someone that doesn't have those family roots or that support system here.
Well, I think the town does a pretty good job actually through the FCSS programs, through community classes. I mean, we know our target population,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the town actually does a really good job of addressing concerns. Could we do more? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's tough being here. You might be your first time away from home.
Yeah.
You don't know anybody apart from your workers, coworkers. So yeah, it's a hard place to be for sure.
Because people are always quick to be like, not vilify, but almost put in different categories. People that have like family or generational wealth here and the frontline worker. But at the same time, like we kind of
We're
deal
all in
with
the
this.
same boat.
Yeah. Like people like to paint that out as a huge difference as far as the lived Banff experience. But I think we're kind of more in the same boat than we think.
I wonder
right?
what the average wage in Banff is. I'd be surprised. I want to know. Like that'd be something that'd be cool to know. Like what is like
What is a living wage?
Yeah.
what's the median wage that people are making right now, and like what do we need? Because I mean, everything everywhere is getting more expensive, but Banff particularly is not the cheapest place to go. Like when you want to go get a pound of bacon and it's $16 friggin' dollars. It's like how much money an hour do you have to make? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's
to
true when we're
afford-
talking about affordable homes and quality of life, right? I mean,
Right.
that would be an interesting stat if we could get it. You know what I mean?
I wonder who's got that info.
It'd be tough.
Let's track it down.
It'd be tough.
Well, Canmore's done a living wage analysis.
Okay.
And although we're slightly different than Canmore, I would think pretty close to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be game for doing an analysis of what
Yeah,
a
because
living
like
wage is in Banff.
there's-
I think a lot of people would be surprised.
I would think so too, honestly, because if you factor the amount of low end frontline workers that are versus people that are comfortably living in their positions,
Well,
right?
but there's
It's-
just not like Banff is not an industry heavy town. Like you're not
No.
going to come here and get a factory job in
Union
a union
wage.
Yeah, you're not getting a union wage. Like that's just not going to happen. Like you might be coming in making minimum wage, washing dishes. Like how do you afford? Like how many shifts a week do you going to need to afford to have a decent apartment on your own, or you know what I mean? It's it's just a very complex dynamic.
I
It
would
is
say
definitely.
for sure. What are your thoughts on the current community plan? What are some of the stronger points of focus that you agree with? And are there any gaps or something maybe missing that you think could be approached
I
differently?
think the working group did a fantastic job.
Mhm.
I mean, they nailed it for me. They've got they touched on the environment, a place to call home, our economy, Indigenous connections, moving people sustainably, and community well-being. I mean, that's pretty much wraps it up for me. That's
Mhm.
I think they, pardon the expression again, nailed it. They hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Any gaps do you think that could be addressed?
I don't see any. I mean, that's a lot of work to do moving
sure.
forward.
It's
No
huge,
doubt.
and it's a lot of
Um,
interwoven plans as
yeah.
well, and a lot of different research and a lot of frameworks.
Yeah, if we're going to do something, let's focus on this and do it well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not put too much on our plate. So, no, I think they've done a great job.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, I haven't read the whole thing, but it seems like enough work went into it that that'll keep us busy for a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
If there's like, say you had unlimited power to change any bylaw to make Banff a better place to live, what would it be for you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's some key issues. Again, we talk about housing.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be addressed. Transportation. The influx of visitors. I mean, those are all key areas, but again, they're all intertwined. We don't have housing because we have an increase in visitation, which raises the price, the cost of living. It's all connected. Is there one specific thing that I would do? I can't think of one right at the top of my head.
Yeah, fair.
It's
I mean, it's like you
it's
said,
complex.
It's multifaceted. I, for one, would like to see kind of more open communication and more visibility in the communication between Parks Canada and the town.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
talked about like a liaison committee, right? I also love the idea of when it comes to mass transit and especially traffic congestion issues is dealing with the communities that are adjacent to us, right? Talking to Canmore, talking to Lake Louise, and maybe kind of forming some framework, or maybe even like our signage has been super effective in dealing with the traffic
Yeah, when
congestion
you-
in the
when you're
summer,
coming
maybe
into town,
starting
yeah.
that earlier down the line with the help of our, community neighbors might be an avenue to explore.
No doubt.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite there yet, but certainly should be on the table.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we
Communication with Parks Canada is a big one.
Yeah.
I know there's a meeting set up next month, November, I believe, with Park Superintendent,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the new council.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's huge. On all my terms on council, we never once met with the superintendent.
Really?
Not
Really?
once.
That's surprising
seems-
information to me.
That's mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
you'd think that would be like your closest contact,
Oh.
right? Like outside of the other counselors, but
Yeah.
like
I mean, Park Canada's our landlord.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
I mean, the mayor met with the superintendent, but a group as a council, we never met.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just
Crazy. You'd think they would want the input like from all of council. I mean,
Again, it's a jurisdictional thing, right? Like, I feel like Parks Canada is national. They deal with the national image, the national stuff. The town, that like they're fulfilling the role of dealing with the town stuff.
we're
And I
one of
mean,
only 2 towns in the national park system in Canada. So
100%.
you would think there would be some two-way communication.
yeah, like
for sure.
we talk to my landlord every month. You know, you got to do it at least once a month. So
Yeah.
it's just wild to think that's never
You
been.
got to pay the rent, and
Yeah. Got to pay the rent. You know, something breaks, you got to call them.
Yeah.
You know, or you see them out chilling out. But yeah, that's wild that we just don't have that like constant communication with parks. It just, I don't know, blows my mind, I guess.
it is shocking for sure.
Wild stuff, right? I mean, other communities, it feels like.
But moving forward, I think we should build on this meeting that council's going to have next month. And
like no one's been opposed to it. I don't think anyone is opposed to more collaboration and more communication. It's just finding the framework that makes it, I don't know, possible.
It just makes it seem like parks are just like, yeah, do what you want. If you do anything stupid, we'll step in. It's just like the relaxed parenting kind of vibe. It's like, yeah, go outside. If you break your arm, we'll come help you out. Until then, go do something outside.
Go play outside. If you form a pet zone, we'll come in.
Yeah.
Although fire mitigation is, we haven't talked about it yet, but fire mitigation.
Let's get into it.
Perskin has, I think, done a great job.
For sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we still need to do more. It's got to be top of mind. And I applaud Parks Canada for stepping up and doing a great job.
So that would be a top priority for you moving forward?
Moving forward, yeah. We're not, again, we're not out of the woods yet.
Well, of course not. I mean,
yeah, well, like look at Jasper last year. It's I've said it before too. It's like we live in town and we're like, oh, like Parks Canada would never let the town burn down. Like they would come save us. And in reality, it's like it's not that easy, dude. Like it's once a fire is going, that's it. Like you're not going to just step in front of it and be like, we're Parks Canada, stop. Like thou shall not pass.
I had complete confidence that they'd be able to stop a fire coming down into town.
Yeah, I think so.
I was so wrong.
The newly, I mean, I think our chances are better now with the newly done fire smarting.
But
what would you say to those that oppose that type of work?
Oh yeah, like removing brush and cutting down trees.
Yeah, because we've talked to people.
How could you oppose that?
We've talked to like Louis. Big shout out Louis. He's a lumberjack on the front lines of doing some of the fire smart clearing, and he's had people in the community approach him negatively about some of the work that they're doing.
I
wouldn't say that if your house. Wouldn't say that if your house and half the town was on fire.
It's
you know what I
insane.
mean? Like, look at Jasper. Like, I had friends up in Jasper. They moved back to Ontario for 6 months. They came back out to Banff this summer, and they've still got stuff stored in Jasper that they've got to go collect. You know what I mean? It's just like that. That was a huge deal. Like, there's a lot of people displaced by that, and it could happen.
It could be a reality for us, for sure, if we
Right.
don't take these steps, right? I was just there a couple weeks ago, and let me tell you, it's
I haven't been to Jasper,
I
unfortunately.
wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's
No,
pretty,
I think we sometimes just a little naive just because we're like, oh, we're the premier park. Like,
they'll save us.
they'll save us. Yeah, it's like it's not quite that easy, bud.
No,
But
we have to keep on it.
yeah,
Absolutely. What are your thoughts on aging in place? Obviously, big topic, often forgotten about community. It's something that kind of we didn't even pick up on until 3 or 4 or 5 episodes into our kind of our council talks.
Yeah.
What can we do more for our seniors?
Well, I speak senior.
Yeah.
Just turned 66. So yeah,
nice.
I'm becoming more aware of the needs of our senior community for sure.
Mhm.
It's hard because you've lived here, say, most of your life.
Yeah.
And this is where all your friends are, but you're being forced to move outside the community because we don't have the facilities.
Mhm.
Right.
And that's a shame. It's not right. But unfortunately, the town of Banff has very little control over that.
Yeah.
It's got to do with Alberta Health and Alberta Social Services.
Mm-hmm.
They've got facilities in Canmore, of course, which is great,
Mhm.
but it's still not the same as having something in Banff.
For sure, because I want to stay here. I want to get old here, you know. And I've talked to a few seniors in that situation. They find their access to services that they need either for their health or for their mobility is not always here in a town that caters to, you know, the main demographic of 24 to 36, right?
Yeah.
No, for sure. But the town is doing more sidewalk. What would the word be?
Leveling. Or-
Leveling. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I'd like to see a push for more snow clearing in the wintertime because, like, I think it's unjust that the homeowners or like say you own a home, right? You have to shovel your laneway, but then 2 feet over on the road, it's totally unmaintained. Nights and weekends when we're the busiest, right? So say it snows on a Saturday, it's unmaintained. You have busy weekend traffic driving all over. It's a skating rink. And then unfortunately, our aging population, like even for myself as an able-bodied person, it's tough to get around.
Oh, dude,
right?
yeah. Like you come up to the intersection and it's you walk off the sidewalk. Yeah, great. It's plowed. You walk onto the road. You could put your ice skates on and like skate down, like down Cougar Street here. You could literally put on ice skates like in the middle of January and skate down here. Like they don't clear the snow. It's just like stacks up to this. Like you see the manhole covers this far down in like solid sheet of ice. It's like,
But it's also that the sidewalk is not the homeowner's property. So
Right.
it's like the town is finding people to take care of, to maintain their property.
Well, I think the sidewalk, and I could be wrong, but I
Yeah.
think the sidewalk should be the homeowner's, not property, but responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, I shovel my sidewalk, I shovel my neighbors. If I'm doing one sidewalk, I might as well continue down the street, right?
And that's just being a good guy.
Yeah.
You know? But unfortunately, not everyone that lives in Banff is a good guy, and not everyone takes care of their sidewalk, right? I don't know. In a municipality that caters to tourists all over the world, I feel like maybe more of a focus could be put on that, because we have aging tourists too. It's not just locals, right?
Yeah.
Getting around is it's a big part of enjoying Banff.
Yeah, but Dan, the bottom line is money.
Yeah,
It's,
fair.
it's going to
Yeah.
cost you.
yeah, fair enough.
Increase snow clearing it's expensive.
For sure.
And I used to, we had a counselor on Banff Council, Stavros Carlos,
Yeah.
who would say, we live in a winter wonderland. It's going to snow and it's going to melt.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, fair enough.
we're throwing good money after bad because
yeah,
it's
fair.
it's eventually going to melt. Right. So
When you put it like that, yeah, I guess spending
Yeah.
money on it's an interesting point. Yeah,
but I understand.
Maybe I've been barking up the wrong tree with this whole fight. You know,
But it's seniors deserve a right to be able to walk down the sidewalk
for sure.
and the safety and not have to worry about
Oh, no doubt.
slipping and breaking a hip.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Big shout out to all the seniors out there if they're tuning in. I don't know if the senior demographic is huge on the Overheard podcast, but if you've never heard of Drink Shaft, seniors, they'll fire you right up. So go get yourself some of that.
No doubt.
So Brian, if reelected, what would be your top priority over the next 4 years, and why should people vote for you?
Well, I think it's set out in the community plan. I think we've got a strong list of goals that we need to tackle. Why should you vote for me? I think my experience from previous years on council would be a huge benefit to council moving forward. My leadership, again, being on council, you learn to take one for the team, and you lead by
Yeah.
example, right?
No doubt.
Fair.
Lead from the front. So, and integrity. What you see is what you get. I'm a pretty decent guy.
No
And,
doubt.
I think so.
and I'm a great listener, right? If you've got a problem, you know where I work.
Mhm.
Come
Yeah,
and
fair
talk to me, and we'll get it done.
I've spent enough time in the old home hardware there. Just
Do you find people approaching you quite often at your
Oh,
work
absolutely,
with town
absolutely,
issues? Yeah.
and even more now, so that they know I'm running for council again. So they'll
Yeah.
they'll
Oh,
come in
yeah.
and give me their 2 bits, and
too good.
yeah,
Right.
it's
on.
fun. I enjoy it.
Of
And
course. we
We've
all
heard
do.
it from like multiple counselors. It's like you kind of open yourself up to the community, right? Like it's like people are gonna, you run into somebody at the grocery store, somebody might have something to say about a certain issue, and like you kind of have to open yourself up to that. If you like close yourself off, then it's like,
Oh, you
what's
can't
the-
hide from it.
no, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, somebody's gonna say something about it, right?
Yeah.
So that's
And in fact, I think I'm lucky because I work at the hardware store. It's a very local store.
yeah, no
For
doubt.
sure.
I mean, I'd say 90% locals. It's
Well, yeah, you're not going to be like coming here on vacation needing a toolbox. Or whatnot,
Yeah,
right?
you're not.
So-
You're not going to go buy a couple of quarts of paint to paint your hotel room. That's not going to happen. But
I actually saw someone posting about this earlier. It was something about an old business that shut down, but having these businesses that are mostly frequented by locals and how of a unique position they were to kind of grow their network and again become a part of the community, right?
Mhm.
So maybe a pretty cool perspective to bring to the table, definitely. What advice would you give maybe to someone who's first time running?
Do your homework.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn and a lot of reading. Just it almost weighs you down. You think you're sinking, but just be patient. Take your time. Learn from from your mistakes. I mean, you're going to learn for sure.
If I could add one advice for me, it would be like you will make mistakes, right? Like to go into a new role and to expect to not make mistakes or to not get things wrong or to not be open to revisit your past decisions.
Yeah.
I think is a
That's
hindrance.
the sign of a true leader is when you can admit you were wrong and go back and say, you know what? I was wrong. You were right.
Yeah,
Let's change direction.
Yeah, ownership.
Yeah.
We talked about that with, was that Maxim? Ownership of elected officials. Like, if you're going to say something, like, you own up to it, or, like, accountability for elected officials.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So it's like, like, I don't know, just generally be a good person. Don't lie. Like, if you got a stance,
Got to live
take
with
it.
yourself.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like,
integrity.
Yeah.
it's like switching careers. Like, I remember my first kitchen job, I probably screwed so much shit up that I couldn't even tell you. If I had to go back now and train myself then, I'd be like, this guy's an idiot. Like, you ever used a knife before? It's like, you're not going to win them all. You just got to take the punches and roll with them, right?
Fair. And I think we see that less and less in politics and just in general. Like, I've been wrong on the show before. I'm very okay with admitting when I'm wrong. It's just, I think we need more of that from places of leadership. And hey, if we got it wrong, revisit it, get it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian, what are you most hopeful for when you think of the future of Banff?
I'm most hopeful for that Banff continues to be a place that I can be proud of. When I go to the home hardware show in Toronto and people ask me where I'm from, I say Banff. And they go, no way. And I'm super proud of that fact.
Yeah, for sure.
People can't believe it. And I'm proud of it. I'm very lucky. And so I want future generations to still have that pride, still have that need or want to live here, and just to continue to grow the community. A place that my grandkids can grow up and say, this is a great place to live.
Okay.
I think we would all agree with you there. I don't know. I wouldn't say this myself, but maybe some people have a growing sentiment that Banff isn't what it once was. Do you have that feeling yourself as someone who's been here for,
Sure, it's changed, and you can't stop change. In fact, we should welcome change.
Of course.
Okay.
But no, Banff's still not just the beauty that we see every day, but the community. I mean, we've got some great people who care deeply about this community, and I think that's our strong suit.
For sure.
And I don't mean to bash Whistler, but they certainly don't have the sense of community that we do.
Definitely not. Not even close.
No.
I've spent some time and had some very close friends of mine spend significant time in Whistler, and they always said, "Oh, why don't you come down to Whistler?" It's like, because it's not the same. It doesn't.
No.
Like
it's just like I said before, it's got that small town feel. Like you can walk down the street, even if you don't know the person walking up towards you on the sidewalk, you're still going to say hello, like, how's it going? Whereas, like, I spent some time downtown Toronto. You try to even flags that you could be waving in somebody's face and they would just keep their headphones on and pretend like you're not there. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that here. It's just that crazy sense of community that kind of keeps us all here, right? But
it is. It's what grounds us. That's what I would look forward to.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, a big part of why we did this, especially giving every candidate like a long form interview, is giving the people at home and our audience a chance to get to meet you, right? I think people tend to be vilified, or especially online, like on the Overheard Facebook page, which we are not affiliated with, just so people know, are quick to throw stones, and like it's easier to say something mean or something hateful to someone that you don't know.
Fair enough.
Like you said, we're all here for the same reasons, right? We all love this place. We all want this place to flourish in multiple ways. We all want to be able to stay here and grow old. And
wouldn't be here if we didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. So
Great.
Yeah.
Plenty of other places to live.
Yeah, no doubt. There's plenty
You're
of
gonna like it when you meet it.
plenty of easier places to live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For sure. And that kind of adds to, I think, the grit of people that do call Banff home is that if you want it, you're going to have to work for it. You
Yeah,
know?
no doubt.
So thank you so much for chatting with us today, Brian. And,
Thanks,
you
Dan.
know,
Appreciate
it
it.
was great to meet you.
Thanks,
I think
Matt.
we got a good
Thank
sense
you.
of what you stand for today. And yeah, I think give the people at home a good sense of who they're voting for if they cast that vote for you. So
I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Thanks.
thanks again for everyone at home listening. Second episode of 4 today. So we
Yeah.
have plenty more coming for you.
Big day.
Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Official voting has begun, I believe. We have some pre-ballot stuff that's already started. I think there's another one on Thursday is the next.
I think so. Yeah, I believe so, the
Thursday will be
16th,
the
yeah.
next pre-vote. Final vote's going down on October 20th. So make sure you get out there, pencil it into your schedule, factor it into your work day.
Yeah.
Our goal here, or my goal at least, as the podcast, I want to try to get more people to vote in this election than they did for the PED zone,
Mhm.
right? Because that's kind of where it sparked for me was, man, like we need to get people involved, and this is how we do it. Get informed, get your voice heard. Thanks again, Brian. Thanks again,
Thank
everyone,
you.
for tuning in. Like every week.
See you next Tuesday.